Good morning and welcome to a special edition of Joy News Interactive. The show is live on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. And we're coming to you from digital address GA0992539. And I am Mapisa CBD. You can join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV.
To inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than governments in breaking down racial barriers. It laughs in the face of all types of discrimination. The heroes standing with me are examples of this power. They are valiant, not only in the playing field, but also in the community, both local and international. They are champions, and they deserve the world's recognition. Together, they represent an active, vigorous Hall of Fame, a Hall of Fame that goes out into the world, spreading hope, inspiration, and hope. Their legacy will be an international community where the rules of the game are the same for everyone, and behavior is guided by fair play and good sportsmanship. I ask you now to rise and join me in commending the original inductees into the World Sports Academy Hall of Fame.
Now let's start with something that is very dear to my heart, and that is Nelson Mandela Day. So today we celebrate 100 years since the birth of former South African president and African hero Nelson Mandela. So what do you remember him for? Personally, I remember him for his courage, ability to forgive, and his wonderful wisdom. So I asked you on Facebook, what do you remember him for? And this is what you had to say, and that's on our Facebook page, Joy News on TV. And Francis Amompong says, as a philosopher and a man of peace. And Isaac Ano says, I remember his quote, resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Let's go to Nana Bwacha, who says, in my country, we go to prison first and then become president. So he's quoting Nelson Mandela there. And Theophilus says, been in jail for 27 years, came out as first president of South Africa and married 3 times. Mandela at 100 years. Emmanuel says, character on 2 legs. So that's what he remembers Nelson Mandela for. Although he's a world hero, it only makes sense to take trends that go back home, and that is in South Africa. So he's been trending in South Africa. Let's go to our South African trends. Hashtag Mandela Day is our first trend. We go to hashtag 67 minutes. That's our second trend. And our fourth trend is hashtag Madiba Day. So we're going to take the first trend, which is hashtag Mandela Day. So let's see what people have been tweeting about, what people have been saying. And that's hashtag Mandela Day. So that's at Noor Sajid One says, remembering him on his 100th birthday, hashtag Nelson Mandela Day. As you can see, he's quoting Nelson Mandela Day. As I walked out the door towards the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. And This one is from @Adabrari P, who says, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Hashtag Nelson Mandela Day. Hashtag Nelson Mandela. And @Mayak says, it's great to remember Mr. Nelson Mandela on his birthday. A true follower of non-violence and a great hashtag Nelson Mandela Day. And @PW Design says, we celebrate the hashtag 100th birthday of one of the greats today with one of his inspiration quotes. Action without vision is only passing time. Vision without action is merely daydreaming. But vision without action can change the world. Hashtag Nelson Mandela Day. And @JRP says, money won't create success. The freedom to make it will. Hashtag Nelson Mandela Day. And @Lion Manzi says, 100 years ago on this day, a young boy was born in Mvezo, hashtag South Africa. Little did anyone know at that time that he would grow up to free a nation and inspire the world. Happy hashtag Nelson Mandela Day. May his light continue to shine upon us as we walk the long walk to freedom. And this one is from @SmartTimesGhana, and it says, on the 100th anniversary of his birthday, let us all be inspired by Nelson Mandela to build a better world for all. Hashtag 67 minutes is also trending. We'll take some of those tweets. But have you ever wondered why you only need to give 67 minutes of your time on Mandela Day? Well, 1 minute is given for every year of Mandela's public service. So Nelson Mandela has been making an imprint on the world for 67 years, beginning in 1942 when he first started to campaign for the human rights of every South African. Now, his life has been an inspiration to the world, the Nelson Mandela Foundation said. And Mandela said at the time of the campaign of his launch that he would be honored if such a day can serve to bring together people around the world to fight poverty and promote peace. Now let's check out some of those hashtag 67-minute tweets. So @Prince says, imagine if the industry opened up for hashtag 67 minutes on primetime slots to give new artists, new presenters, new radio DJs, new stage managers, new script writers, news anchors, etc., all a chance on platforms to showcase themselves, and we vote for the best. Isn't that growth? Hashtag 67 minutes. And this one is from @Tumi_X, who says, why are the things we do for hashtag Mandela Day not sustainable? So no company is giving away 67 jobs or internships. Hashtag Mandela Day 2018, hashtag 67 minutes. And @Montega says, it will be best if in this hashtag 67 minutes of hashtag Mandela Day celebration, we provide 67 bursaries or 67 permanent jobs to unemployed young people. So hashtag 67 minutes, hashtag Madiba Day. And this one is from @Tukola15, who says, what are you doing for your hashtag 67 minutes? And some answers there @IM Goli says, I'll be sorting out my life. It's important to focus on you. And @Adisebo Minaj says, I will continue with my normal day routine. Now let's move away from Nelson Mandela and come back home here in Ghana. Woodin launched their new Generation Ready-to-Wear collection. It has stylish stripes with a mix of trendy colors. The designs are both modern and retro. Now, New Generation portrays a classic yet modern, vibrant African style for the fashionable, expressive and daring men and women who are ready to take on new challenges and experiences. Now, this collection has several styles for men and women, suitable for all collections. So I spoke to Georgina Mensah, marketing manager of Woodin, and Delilah, an in-house designer. Watch this.
Woodin is actually an African fashion brand inspired by African culture and art. We are present in 7 countries with 23 shops. In Ghana, we have 30. 19 shops throughout the country. Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, Cape Coast, Koforidua, Sonyani. We have shops everywhere. Our product offering includes fabrics, ready-to-wear, and accessories. We're actually a fast fashion brand, which means that we do not repeat our designs. It means every time when you come into a shop, you have a chance to see a new design for the first time. So every piece of wooden fabric is considered as an exclusive design.
Brand Woodin is for the fun-loving African man or woman, somebody who's style-conscious, trend-conscious, wants to show their Africanness, but in a contemporary way. So we try to blend the African traditions and history in our fabrics, and we use that for the ready-to-wear as well. So we show contemporary styles by using these fabrics that the designs are very ethnic and but at the same time fun-loving and young.
So who you're targeting? Who's your target market?
So our target audience is anybody who's young at heart. So from 20, we target age from 25 to 45, but it doesn't limit you to that age. If you're older than that or younger than that, but you still fancy our kind of clothes, you want to show your Africanness in a fun, contemporary way, then Woodin is for you. So this particular collection, in the previous collections, we've used the ethnic symbols, and the last year we used stripes, and this year we put the two together, so it's ethnic symbols in stripes. I mean, we showcase African identity, but at the same time we're following contemporary styles, and right now stripes are in, so we amalgamated the two, so that's what makes it exciting.
If you are confident, beautiful, brave African, then the ready-to-wear collection here at Woodin is the right collection for you. You're ready to brave the storms, you're ready to ride the waves, then what you still waiting for? I'm Apita CBD reporting for Joy News. Now, Etiwa for water has been trending. Let's go to Save Etiwa page that's been trending. Okay, so this is the Etiwa forest, and you can sign your petition now. So that's the Save Etiwa forest web page. So let's sign our petition now. Let's see, so that you can be part of the growing campaign to conserve the forest. Our water bodies depend on the forest. Okay, so it only takes one person to make a change, and we strongly urge the government to ban mining in Etiwa Forest Reserve, which is the source of clean water for about 5 million Ghanaians. And mining will provide short-term income, but it will forever degrade or destroy our ecosystem services, such as good fresh water for millions of people. So we ask you to make Etiwa a national park, and so benefit present and future generations. So start your petition here and let's save the Etiwa forest. So it's been trending on Twitter, but we asked you, what can we do to keep the water bodies clean? And this is what you had to say.
I think to preserve our water, you should not put the rubbish inside. You should, after the rubbish, you should put inside our dustbin. You should not put any inconvenient thing inside the water, so that the water can be always clean, you know.
And from my point of view, I think dumping of refuse closer to the water bodies should be ceased. And those defecating and urinating closer to the water bodies too. I think we should cease all those acts to preserve that.
I think the people are supposed to be trained, taught about why we have to do that, because if the behaviors of people are not changed, then we are in big trouble. So it's more of educating the people, the communities, that Charlie, this is our water, so we need to do any other thing to make sure that debt is not going to these things. I think with that, we can move forward. Oh, in villages, people throw like toilets and things in their rubbish, and they dump everything that is waste in the water bodies. So if you are educated that don't need to put rubbish in gutters so that when it rains, it's moved to the water bodies, I think it would be great. Thank you. You're welcome.
We can preserve it by adding chlorine to it. Yes, some people also try to add camphor to it. Yes, to reduce the germs in the water. Some people also go to the extent of also boiling the water before use.
Oh, okay. I think what can be done to avoid, to preserve water in the community by avoiding water pollution. There are so many activities that the general public normally undertakes. Example is mining activities, whereby these fields are being thrown into the water bodies. So if these things are avoided, I think you will be able to avoid to preserve the water. Okay. I think there are so many chemicals that that we use in preserving water, and I think that the containers in which we keep these waters into should be clean. And then there are some chemicals in which that you can also buy that you add it to it to preserve it and to make it clean. Okay, I don't know the English name for this, but I have this local name called is it camphor or something that normally they add to water, and it settles something like debts. It settles the debts under a container, and then it allows the water to float on top. Yeah.
Now let's take some Etiwa tweets there. It's been trending on Twitter. Okay, so save Etiwa for water, and that's from @WillAdo, who says, let's save our water bodies and our forest reserves. What is going to happen to us if there ain't no more? Let's rise up, GH. Let's see if we can get some of the tweets there. @Kwabena_banana says, all right, so the page just popped out again, just showing us that we really need to sign that petition. And @Kwabena_banana says, N Akufado and M Baumia, please #save Etiwa for water so that our mothers can prepare delicious meal for we the children of Ghana to enjoy. Water is life. And Joe Appear says, #save Etiwa for water. What good has been with our already mined gold and oil? Ghana deserves better. Let me take the last tweet. And @Eli says, you banned Galamsey because it's destroying and would destroy the land and water bodies. Fast forward, you want to destroy Etiwa Forest, which holds most of the world's last surviving species of trees with bauxite mining. #save Etiwa for water.